Howdy and aloha. This is Jimmy. No, I'm Jimmy. Or you call me Jimmy. Everybody knows me by James. This is James with Monotalk. I've got the lovely and fantastic Stevie. I didn't know it's Stephanie. I was going to say Stephanie. It's Stevie with Redneckonomics. And tonight we're just kind of chiming in on what's going on politically, what's going on with the world. Of course, I want to save the planet and all of its inhabitants. What do you like doing? Same. Taking care of the future for our kids' future and the whole 9 yards. So what's recently happening right now is we have a kind of a, would you say it's a quagmire? Because we have Elizabeth Warren kind of stalling, right? And it seems like she's stalling, and then it's almost like she's doing it on purpose. Maybe she's trying to get who's going to give her the better deal. And so what I put in my Facebook is this right here. The longer Warren stalls, the more it seems like she kind of likes that Bloomberg little fuck, right? But I don't know. It's if she pulls with 2016 she didn't run, right? Right? But now she ran, and anybody that usually runs for POTUS, when they get out of the race or they get knocked off or whatever happens, they'll back whoever in that party. But she's taking her sweet little time, waiting for the better deal. But immediately what she should have done when she knew that she was screwed is go with Bernie before Super Tuesday. That's my opinion. I think she's...
Watch hitting the table, you're jarring the camera.
Oh, I'm jarring the camera. Okay, sorry. But I think that she... I'm afraid to say this, but I think she's going to go with Biden.
Well, let's look at the last election. When she was given the option between a right-leaning Democrat or a progressive, who did she pick to back? She backed Clinton, not Bernie.
Right.
So, same opportunity, she's going to vote, or she's going to support Biden, not Bernie.
In the general?
Yeah.
See, and she waited. She could have. It's not like it meant anything back then, and I think it wasn't a bunch of people. But now she has a base of people that are believing in what she keeps portraying.
A very small base.
Well, a good enough base that could tip the tides.
It's enough to where it's just like it's a little bit. It's a little bit, and if but here's the thing: like, where do you think her supporters would go if she dropped out right now? Would they go towards Bernie or would they go towards Biden?
Oh, I think most of them would go to Bernie.
I think it would be a little bit of both.
A bit of both. Well, she's claiming that she's very close to what Bernie is trying to push. She's claiming that. She's been preaching that. But honestly, I don't think I don't think in her heart she's going to do that. And I don't think the Clinton Mafia, and I love saying this, I don't think the Clinton Mafia has instructed her to do so. Has instructed her to say those things and whatever she needs to say to get elected. And then she's going to fuck everybody when she gets elected. But that obviously didn't happen. What do you think?
I think the whole thing's a shit show. I think it doesn't matter. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Does anybody actually believe that Biden crushed Super Tuesday? Does anybody really believe that? I have trouble believing that. I don't believe that. Joe Biden, does anybody, I mean, I know that I live in Trump country or whatever, but I don't see a lot of support, not just here, but online, anywhere. I don't see an outpouring of people. Even when you look at his does he have rallies?
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Barely.
I mean his presence is non-existent.
When he won, I think he had like 89 people there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just non-existent. And it's just, I mean, compared
bullshit.
to, look at him, and then look at Bernie. Look at his rallies. Look at the people that are organizing that turned out for him. And then you look at Biden, you tell me that he crushed it.
Yeah, that's just, I don't believe it. So when I put up this picture of what Biden won, supposedly, on my Facebook, and hopefully I'll get to it. There it is right there. I put it up right there and get it up for you guys. That sounded kind of strange. But what that is, right? Oh man, my whatchamacallit isn't working. I gotta fix that. Sorry guys. Oh, here it is.
Sorry, I'm just letting
No, there it
natural
is.
progressive know that I'm gonna be there Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Woman Wednesday. I
Yeah.
love that. It's so cool. I was so bummed I couldn't be on there. I was like, okay, I'll go over Janet. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But it was, you guys had some cool topics. It was pretty
Yeah.
awesome. So what I'm showing you guys right now was who won what and who. And I know there's at least 3 or 4 states in here, and I think Texas is one of them. Maine was one of them, and a few others that Bernie was supposed to crush it. Crush it. But for some strange reason, Biden came out of nowhere, maybe because of the endorsements from Puppet Pete and Amy Global. Maybe that's the reason. But it
Well, I
just
mean,
seemed too soon, right?
yeah, it was like overnight they're supposed to. I mean, but then again, the type of people that would fall in line with Pete and Amy Klobuchar, I don't think that they're real independent thinkers. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not to bash voters too much, but you know, they probably just watched a few things, saw a few things. They're like, yeah, you know, that's somebody I could throw my support behind. You know, I mean, they're not the people that support people like that aren't talking about politics like we are. You know, they have a very focused, um, you know, way of receiving information, which is like,
Narrow? Would you say narrow?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Their
through
path of information is just like this big.
they're in their little bubble. You know, they're not like out there really getting in depth with things.
Involved with social media, doing their own research, doing their own due diligence.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that you do is amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got
not that they're
notebooks.
dumb or anything. I don't want to bash anybody because I mean, but
No.
I mean they're just you know they're doing what they think is best
Well, from what they've been given.
from
And
what they've been given
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So I posted the other day, besides that picture, I posted, there was a girl on um, Redacted tonight. What the hell is her name? Oh, gosh.
Natalie McGill.
Is that McGill, Natalie McGill? Do you know? Is that it? Natalie McGill? Okay.
So,
As media companies
Anyways, but she did a great job in bringing up some
yeah,
very,
Natalie McGill.
yeah, now thank you, bringing up some really amazing information. And what she brought up was what I think could turn the tide for a lot of things. And I'll show you it was on Redacted, and that was a day or two ago. Um, and she brought up the fact that there are these companies, Kepler, uh, American Speakers Bureau, and a few others that hire. They're like consultant. Well, they're like an agency that goes after uh, pundits, commentators, ex-senators, mayors, stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff. And what they do is they pay big dollars to people like Chuck Todd and Rachel Maddow, and I mean Chris Matthews. Who else? Even people from Fox News, Hannity, and a few others that are on there, right? Chris Wallace, is that his name?
There's a lot of Chris's.
No, Chris Wallace as well. But anyway, so what they do is they this is extra side money besides the millions they're already making a year. They are paid by these lobbying groups, and we're talking big pharma, we're talking big
the oil industry, I think that
build,
was one of them.
but yeah, big pharma, a lot of the fossil fuel companies, and everybody is being screwed and fucked over by, basically. All these big elitist corporation companies. The thing is it's huge for people to know, and this is the reason why they're getting the information that they're getting. This is the reason why they're getting misinformation. This is the reason why they're being steered to side with somebody or go in a certain position. If you're on social media, I get it. You're going to pick somebody. right? I know that Kyle Kalinske, um, Secular Talk, is definitely gonna, he's Bernie all the way, and he'll say it. I know Jimmy Dore, Bernie all the way. I'll say it. Progressive Soapbox, definitely Jamal. He'll say it. Tim Black, he'll say it, right? H.A. Goodman's just fucking lost his mind, in my opinion. I mean, I get what he's trying to do, but he's just way out there now. Good for you, H.A., doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm very proud of you. But the point I'm trying to make is these pundits and I've always said this, the mainstream media does not care about you. They never have for decades. And it's really changed. If you watch in 2000, in 2016, or 15 or 16, Joy Reid from MSNBC had Dick Van Dyke and a few other people, Michael Steele and a few other people, on her show, and she was very unbiased. She didn't say shit about Bernie. She didn't say shit bad about Hillary. She was just listening, paying attention, asking the right questions. And Dick Van Dyke was on there and supported Bernie, which he still does, by the way. Chim chimney, chim chim chiree. Scrumptious. Truly, truly scrumptious. Anyway, okay. But anyway, so she's changed. She's got into that loop, and a lot of them have. It's the mainstream media.
Shaking it again.
I'm shaking with it.
Don't touch the table.
Just don't touch the table. It's the mainstream media they have become the villain. They have become the nemesis. They have become those that you can't trust. So you have to go elsewhere. Do your own due diligence, poke and prod, and ask questions and talk to the source. Go to the horse's mouth, which I've been preaching for a long time, which is, what's my thing? Chickadee, chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? And I hope everybody does that. But right now, that's why a lot of people have been going in the way they've been going, in the polls they've been going, because they're not getting the information that they need. And that's the saddest, most pathetic part about all this is you're still being controlled.
I see that a lot here with people that support Trump. They're like, well, and they're quoting things to me and saying, well, this is the best the economy's ever been. I mean, look how great the economy is. And I have to tell them, I'm like, but look at your paycheck. How is it that the economy is doing so great, but everybody is so broke? Explain that. Because when the economy is good, that goes by what? The stock markets, right? So the rich people are getting rich, which means it's coming from somewhere. That wealth is coming from somewhere, and it's coming out of our pockets. So while the stock markets look fantastic, you can't pay your bills. And that's the way it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. If they're getting wealthier, it's not because they're working harder or they're smarter than us. It's because they are draining wealth any way that they can. And now it's coming down to us.
Draining our wealth.
Yeah.
Okay. And I brought this up many
They've
times.
shifted the burden of capitalism to us. Remember how it used to be you could go and just get a job? Well, now there's a third party that will give you a job. They will go and find a job for you. So what used to pay a job that would pay $20 an hour, 20 years ago, now you're making $10 an hour because a hiring agency is now taking care of finding you the job.
And
they don't do direct hires now.
Taking 20 or 30% of what you could have been making.
So that money that you would have been making, they're making. And it's all these little microtransactions. You have to pay money to pay your bills. You have to pay money if you overdraft your account. You have to pay money to spend money. I mean, it's insane. All these little ways of just shifting the burden onto the consumer and onto the worker.
Yeah, it's the consulting firms, right? And they're everywhere.
And they're making more money, paying less taxes. We're making less money, paying more taxes. And we're not getting anywhere.
No, we're not. So what I'm finding most interesting, and let me show you a quick picture here because I think this is important. Back to my pictures. Picture time. All right, so if you can see this, you can see butt gig.
No.
Is it butt gig? I shouldn't
No.
say butt gig.
No.
That's bad. I've heard that
I
on.
don't know how to say his name, but I know it's not Butt Gig.
Okay, Puppet Pete. I love Puppet Pete.
We'll
So
just go, Mayor
okay,
Pete.
Puppet Mayor Pete. No, just Puppet Pete. The
Puppet
guy was a
Pete.
puppet,
Puppet Pete's fine.
and he'd be go. Okay, so here's right. Here's what we got. We've got these. Three of them are out, and one's left. But you've got to realize that in the very beginning of this, there was a fear of Bernie Sanders. For sure, a fear of Bernie Sanders. Am I correct or am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. From the get-go, they've been planning this. I don't think this has been an accident. I don't think any of these people running has been a knee-jerk reaction to Bernie and what he's going to do. I think they were prepared for this. They pay money. They pay people lots of money. They pay people lots of money to get these individuals elected, whether it's legislative, judiciaries, or executives. And they were definitely trying. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you think they had this planned, or do you think it was a knee-jerk reaction, or what?
I think that they have been waiting, and they have a contingency plan for even if Bernie wasn't running. They were trying to plan for a Bernie Sanders, and the thing is that they're trying to be smart and they're trying to uh, thwart progressives at any way that they can. But the problem is, and why it's so hard for them and why it's so transparent and why we can see through it, is the fact that they are so rich and elite and out of touch with normal everyday people that when they pull their stunts, we can see right through it. We can see when they're not being genuine because, I mean, look at Bloomberg trying to pet a dog. Please tell me that y'all have seen the clip of Bloomberg trying to pet a dog where he grabs it by the mouth and shakes it like he's shaking a businessman's hand.
Like he was an alien.
He
He
has
didn't
no
know.
idea. This man,
Here's the
hold
dog's
on,
mouth.
hold on. This man does not know how to pet a dog. He doesn't know how to pet a dog.
Somebody does it for him.
He goes up to a dog and says, "That's an animal. I will be more personable. Let me pet the dog." I mean, you can't run for president if you don't know how to pet a dog. Okay, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. He doesn't know how much a gallon of milk costs. He doesn't know what it's like to choose between putting food on the table or gas in your car to get to work so you can pay your bills. I mean, these are the people that we're left choosing from, and it's not by accident. It's not by accident. This is all by plan, is to make sure. And then I see all these people online saying, vote blue no matter who. Why? Why? What's the difference between Mike Bloomberg and Donald Trump? What's the difference between Joe Biden and a Republican? There isn't a difference. And that's why they don't give a shit who wins, as long as it's not a Bernie Sanders.
Right. Oh, totally. So here, this is good to watch. So what I think, it's kind of what I know and what I've seen for a while now, is we've got people all over this country that are very naive, very ignorant, and I'm not saying that in a political way, because I was there. You guys, I was just this dumb guy that used to vote however my sister voted, my mom voted. I used to vote how my friends voted, and I wasn't a Republican because I didn't know what it really meant. I had no idea, and this is for years. So because of my ignorance is the reason why we're at where we're at now. And I think a lot of boomers should hold themselves accountable and responsible. So, boomer, if you're out there and you've been voting like a fucking idiot, what's before the boomers? The fucking elderly boomers? Or am I already elderly in a sense, right? So and a lot of us didn't know much. We were already we had 3 or 4, 6, 7 channels. There were 20 channels came, 50 channels, a couple hundred channels. Next thing you know, CNN, MSNBC, Fox.
Well, y'all didn't have the internet. So, I mean, if you wanted to do some
No,
research, you had to go down to the library, break out the microfiche, you know,
yeah,
like,
we had no the microfiche, the microfilm. It's microfilm. It's the
okay,
microfilm.
microfilm. Yeah, you had to go break out
Yeah,
the microfilm,
way back in the day, we used to go down to the library,
go through the Encyclopedia
go through the
Britannica.
Britannica, look up stuff. I'm gonna Google that myself. Flip, flip,
Hey,
flip,
hey,
flip,
when I
flip,
was
flip,
growing up,
flip.
I did the same thing. I hit the libraries, I had encyclopedias, I read a lot, you know, because I didn't have access to the internet I didn't have access to the internet till I was a full grown adult. So, library was my best friend growing up.
Yeah, I rarely went to the library, which I'm sure you guys can tell. but here, but the point is we didn't really know. We went off what they were giving us. You know, so mainstream media had a really huge impact. What we saw, you know, moon landing, who knows? But what we saw is what we believe. It's on this big news channel. They have to be correct. They have to be truthful. And then people start realizing that the Vietnam War was bullshit, right? Then people start realizing uh, um, uh, Nicaragua is it Nicaragua or gosh, I'm trying to get that. It's Nicaragua, and then it was also what's the one that was gosh darn, it's coming to me. I just missed it.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to find out what I'm talking about. It was not Afghanistan. It's not Nicaragua. It was some name that I'm fucking totally blanking on. It'll come to me really soon.
What in what context? Just
Oh, there was a war that was out there, and that one soldier that was bullshitting and lying all the time. Um,
Jessica Lynch?
No, it's. Oh my God, I'm so blanking out right now.
I am so lost right now.
No. Well, you should be because I'm not giving you any fucking clues at all.
I don't know.
God, it's terrible. Ollie North, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's
The
not Contras. What did I say? Nicaragua. I was close.
I think weren't they part of that?
Huh?
I think Nicaragua was part of that back then.
Possibly. I could be wrong. Snork would probably fucking know. He's a genius.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a lot of information that we were given and that we're still given that's incorrect and wrong.
Oh,
still
yeah.
to this fucking day. And it's bad. And what people can do now, which they don't have an excuse. If you're a fucking voter and you're not researching everything that you're getting, I mean, when Jimmy Dore speaks, I'm researching. When Jamal speaks, I'm researching. Right? When Kyle Kalinski's, I'm looking it up. I'm finding out if that came, if that's real. I don't want to put something on my Twitter or my Facebook. I just started fucking doing TikTok. But anyway, I guess
No,
that's
you
real.
haven't.
Well, I put up one video. It's just stupid. I'll get to it. I should.
I love TikTok. I do.
Yeah, you're addicted to
I
fucking
am.
TikTok.
It's great. I mean, there's a lot of young people on there, and if somebody's going to
Yeah.
do something in
No,
this
there's some
world,
older people too.
there are cool
that are
old
just
people like
plain
me, but
old.
compared
Babe,
to.
you don't know what old is.
But
Okay.
anyway, I mean, if anybody's going to change the world, it's going to be the young people.
Well, they have
The
to.
boomers ain't going to do it.
No,
I mean,
well,
there's a.
we can do whatever we can, but we're the ones that fucked up everything. That's kind of the point I was getting to, is that on my Facebook a while back, I created this picture where the Earth is blowing up, and I said, "Sorry, kids. Sorry, everybody. I really fucked up." But and at the same point, we have to say, is it our fault? Because we're just getting the information that's given to us, and like you said, we didn't have access to the internet, so of course we had a couple excuses.
Ignorance
But
is
now you don't. Everything's right there.
I mean,
Right?
everybody's ignorant about something. But the thing is when you are presented with new information,
Right.
listen. It doesn't hurt anything to listen. Just to listen and to hear somebody out and say, look, I know that you were taught this, but here, I have some new information. And then you can go and check it, verify it. And if that's the case, if what they're saying is true, then you have to go with that. I mean, I just don't understand why people are so get so like offended by being wrong. It's like it's okay to be wrong. People are wrong all the time.
Yeah,
We're
it's
wrong
okay.
all the time. And if you're not wrong, then you're not learning
It's
anything.
okay. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. Okay. So thank you. I feel better because out of the guilt trip I've had for fuck, I'm not going to do my show anymore. That's it. I feel good. Thanks, babe. That was awesome. Okay, so let me show you this picture, and this is what I'm talking about. All right, this is what I'm talking about. So I find out, and I'm going now. How is Bernie not getting fed the right information? How is Bernie not using the right terminology and being defensive more and being offensive more and saying the right things and doing the right things? And maybe he's being led by somebody who really doesn't want him to fucking win. Well, let me just kind of show you what's going on. And it's right in your face. I'm not saying Wikipedia is the fucking go-to full source of information, but as you can see here, if you can read this, I had to put this. How stupid is Bernie to hire the worst person on the planet to be Bernie's campaign manager? Faye Shakir, who used to work and be very loyal to one of Bernie's favorite friends, Nancy Pelosi.
Keeper
You're
herself.
right, that hates his fucking guts, and got big money for working for another friend of Bernie Sanders, Harry Reid. This is who fucking Bernie Sanders has helping him with his fucking campaign right now. I mean, the great thing about Tulsi Gabbard, she's got her sister and her most closest advising friends. People she's known like her entire life, giving her sound, just stone, concrete information and keeping her informed and in the loop.
So why do you think that Tulsi isn't doing better? Because she's very likable. She's younger.
You're asking that question?
She's intelligent. I mean, she check marks every single box. When it comes to the Democrats, they want a woman president. Am I right? They want somebody, a person of color, that somebody like that. They want somebody that's educated, younger. She's gorgeous. I mean, everything you could possibly want in a president. Tulsi Gabbard pretty much embodies, and yet the Democrats are sleeping on her. Why are they sleeping on her? Because in 2016 she stepped down from the DNC to support Bernie Sanders.
Yep.
In an ethical way. She didn't do it like Donna Brazile did with Hillary Clinton.
She crossed
she said,
the
look,
Clinton mafia line.
She said, I got to support this guy. I got to step down from my job so I can support somebody in this presidential race. And yet they sleep on her.
Right.
Hey,
Mitch, how you doing there, Snork?
So I can support somebody in this presidential.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what is happening. Is it's not the narrative and the talking points.
But she's barely even registering on the election.
On the radar.
Yeah,
but she's. As far as we know, I mean, Snork met her, right?
True.
And she's not ever coming to West. Hey,
nobody's coming to West Virginia.
Nobody fucking ever comes to West Virginia, right?
You should see Bernie when looking at his
route,
his rallies. It's
everybody else.
There's a blank space.
There's a blank space. Nobody ever goes to fucking West Virginia. Nobody ever fucking goes. Snork, welcome. How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. Getting over the cold.
Wait a second. You should have a mask on. I don't want to get any kind of viruses, right? Are you using a microphone or what are you using?
Oh, no, I had a problem with my speakers there. I'm going to have to go with my ears open.
All right.
Hoping any feedback.
All right. So I don't know if you're always paying attention, but in regards to a very, very important and simple process with Tulsi, with Bernie, with Warren, here's a big question. If Warren shows her true colors and picks Biden and marries Bloomberg, because I think they've got a love-hate, need to jump in a closet somewhere relationship, and goes with Biden, do you think Tulsi should jump aboard with Bernie and drop out, or do you think Tulsi should keep punching up and keep going until Bernie says, "Hey, I need you on my team"?
I think Tulsi's in for another reason. I think at this point she has to stay in to keep her lawsuit with Hillary.
Oh, I never thought about that. God damn it, Snork, you're a freaking genius. Okay,
So
and the reasons why, because and I have a good, I kind of understand that because I've been around litigation every once in a while. But what? Why would she want to continue because of her lawsuit for $50 million?
to show that she stayed in until the nomination, or till I would say that she will stay in to the point where mathematically she cannot win. When so many delegates are given out that there's no hope, that's when she'll go and back Bernie.
Right. There you go. There you go. So as soon as she's completely out of the picture and she doesn't have a chance in hell, right? That's when she's going to say, "Okay, I'm with Bernie. I get it." So here's the thing. Do you, she's not going to fucking Biden. You know that.
No,
That's that. Oh fuck no. That's just not going to happen. It would suck if she pulled a little stall that Warren's doing. Do you think Warren's going to jump on Bernie's bandwagon? Do you think? What do you think? I mean,
I think right now, uh, since it's been more than a few hours,
uh-huh.
I think what happened was Warren thought she would do this and try to play the two against each other to see who could give her the best option. And I think they didn't call her.
Yeah, no.
What was that?
So Warren's trying to see who's going to make her the best offer, and then nobody made her an offer. Pretty much is that.
Yeah. She's just waiting. She's going like this. All right, so who's going to
Waiting
fucking,
for the phone calls
what
to
am I
roll
going to
in.
get? Secretary of State? Am I going to get fucking, what did Ben Carlson get? What was his position?
Oh, housing or urban.
Housing and urban housing and development.
Yeah.
And then she, oh, well, I get Betsy DeVos's position. You know, she's just going, but she wants, I mean, so it goes, what is like the best, so you have president, vice president, and then you have, would it be Secretary of State?
Speaker of the House, I think.
I don't know. Sorry, just bad.
Well, of the ones that can be appointed by the president,
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Uh,
yeah,
In
president.
the administration. In the administration.
the the actual big prize is not to get in the cabinet. And if she hadn't been such a jerk, she would have been eligible. Would be if she had played it right with Bernie and Bernie won, she could have been on the Supreme Court, which is far better than being on the cabinet because she is an attorney. She has the background for it. At this point in time, I think it would be better that she not have any position.
Yeah, you know there's going to be some Supreme Court. And isn't that funny how that always
Yeah,
falls?
yeah, but she's got it. But Bernie brought up recently. Bernie brought up, I don't know. We'll try to fit her in our administration. That's like a prelude to the, hey, there's your offer.
Yeah, it is. Again, but like I said,
what position would it
my
be?
my preferences would be that she not have a position. Now, the person I would like to see go for Supreme Court would be Tim Canova.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
he would
wow.
be fantastic at that.
I hope Bernie doesn't fucking diss that motherfucker. That guy's awesome, man.
He's already has in the past, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but our trick is now is what do we do to get through this? How do we help support the remaining states? So Michigan's hitting fast. Our best hope in Michigan is probably Michael Moore. He's a Michigander. And if Bernie actually does start properly attacking what really needs to be attacked with Biden,
Right.
then I see a possibility of taking Michigan back. But these big hitting states down south, I just don't see any reason why they're going so hard for Biden, except they're probably presented very little information. A lot of people don't have money to make their cable bill. First, they got to worry about paying their electric bill. So maybe they're not getting the news. And if they are getting the news and they're getting it from Rachel Maddow, who makes them think that the best person is Joe Biden.
Ugh.
That's really sad. All right, so what you're saying, and let me.
And Bernie's really not that far behind on delegates, is he? I mean, even
No.
though the narrative is that Biden swept, Super Tuesday, Bernie got some pretty important states.
I think so, but I think what I'm hearing from Snork is Liz is not worth any position at this point. But I mean, they've got to offer her something for her to come aboard. I mean, right? I
Well,
mean, he can't just say, "Hey, we'll take your endorsement, but you're not getting shit." That won't happen.
no, but
So what
I think
position?
at this point, she is going to start offering things.
Now, she's good. I think
Offering.
that if she's given the opportunity to, the thing is that she's been too close to the Clintons and people like that, the establishment type people, and that she started playing by their rules and kind of falling in line with them. But I remember the Elizabeth Warren that was going after people, that was going after bakers, and she even came to West Virginia and was fighting for the coal miners here. Uh, so like she's got that streak in her, but I think it's been tampered down over time. But if he put her in a position that actually brought out that part of her, I think she'd do really good with that. But
But
I'm not sure
I also
exactly what he
consider
could
she's
appoint her
being
to.
held hostage by her daughter's being held hostage. Do you know what her daughter's job is?
Huh.
Basically, her job is to prevent single payer health care. She has a really high paying job
Ooh.
that she got when Elizabeth changed to being anti single payer.
Wow.
So she's been preaching to the choir, and she's an atheist in a sense.
Yeah, but when all of a sudden her daughter got a job, and that's about the time that she dropped
Mm.
the Medicare for all double secret, not Medicare for all.
Mm.
Holy Jesus! Well, I'm just saying they've got to offer her something. She's not going to. I'm sure that Biden and Bloomberg is sweetening the pot, and all these billionaires. She knows there's a fuck. There's a ton of fucking money. It's like it's what they show you now, and I brought this up in past shows. Is as soon as you come in, and I think even Tulsi's even brought this up, is they show you that that bucket of gold. There's a big bucket of gold if you go this way, and there's nothing if you go that way, right?
Yeah,
And I think they're
and
offering her a fucking shit ton of money or whatever they can to get her to endorse Biden. I guarantee that's happening. And there's some negotiations happening at this point. But if she has any morals, any values, and if she stands on what she says she's been standing on, she'll fucking go
Oh,
with Bernie.
how gross is this? I mean,
Yeah.
just the fact that we're having this conversation about what's being offered, play it smart,
Yeah.
it shouldn't
It's terrible.
be that. It should be what is best for the people. And it's not this is not the conversation we're having right now. We're having a conversation about what is Elizabeth Warren being offered. It shouldn't mean anything about what she's being offered. It should be what are you going to do for the people? But nobody's offering that. That's not even a topic of discussion at this point. She's not trying to play 4D chess so she can get health care for people. It's all about how could she get hers. And
Yeah.
it pisses me off to no end. We're not talking about people anymore. We're talking about Elizabeth Warren, and what does Elizabeth Warren get?
well, we
Bullshit.
have a group of people who make their money off of pushing somebody in for president. There are
Mm-hmm.
all of these little people that get their
Excuse me.
gravy train by making sure they've got the right person in who can get elected and who is proven to be um, I'm getting tired, proven to be crooked enough to do anything that they want them to. Now, our situation in 2016, we had a candidate that they were pushing that they knew was going to be under federal investigation. Now, um, Trump's people are pushing for investigations into the Bidens now. They're pushing for investigations into Hillary's server. This is this happened. This was a major security breach while Obama and Biden were in administration. Let me see if I got this correct. There are some agencies that the vice president oversees. Which ones are those? Which agencies? Because it used to be the vice president did nothing but wait for the heart of the president to stop. But starting with Gore, they started being kind of like the liaison between the president and a bunch of federal agencies.
Hey, by the way, I wanted to just do a quick shout out to some people in our or my chat. They're probably not here for me. They're probably here for Stevie, which she's so popular.
Oh, shush.
Oh, shush. Okay. Oh my gosh, Cheryl. Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl.
I'm so excited.
Anthony Reyes, good to see you. Natural Progressive, always a pleasure. And a few more. Outstanding, outstanding. If you guys want to come on, Cheryl, the link is in the notes. We're going to be on probably for about another 20, 30 minutes, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to get too crazy tonight. Remember those 3, 4, 5-hour shows that we used to do?
Oh, or more. Or more. We would do shows for so long that YouTube would boot us off.
I know, it's freaking crazy.
And I think they boot you off at like 8 hours or 8 hours plus. And I never missed a night, man. I was there every night.
I know you were, and we used to have people that would. Yeah, I'd say, hey, I got to take a break. I'd be gone for like 45 minutes to an hour, like making dinner or something, or getting a snack at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Come back and hand back over host. But there were some great conversations. We would like to be able to do that, but it's just too much. It's just too much. So we're going to have shows, maybe an hour, hour and a half, stuff like that, and get some people back on. So when I say open mic, everybody, it's open mic. But if we don't know who you are, then you got to kind of ask a few questions. We got to find out who you are, what you're about, because we've had some people come on our shows in the past and show interesting things, interesting images. Yeah, there were a couple of trolls out there that did some pretty weird stuff.
Was it Snickerdick?
What?
Remember Snickerdick?
Remember Sneaker Dick? That was fucking funny.
You know who I haven't heard from in a while?
Who?
The Fly.
Oh, the Fly, for sure. Yeah, I miss that cat. And a few other people. Somebody, who was it? It was, God, I think, God, we had a lot of people. Cheryl, for sure, good to see you, by the way. Bob Schultz used to come on. Oh, bless his heart, Tech Move, passed away a year ago. God bless his heart. Who else? God, we had a few others. God, just a bunch. Evan Kim, for sure. Thank you, Evan Kim, for getting me started and helping me with all my information. I think you were just a really big help for me for a long time. God, I can go back with some other names. And Garden Gnome, for sure. God, that guy's just brilliant. Is Garden Gnome doing his own show now? Does anybody know? Because I was hoping.
I've seen him comment in other shows, but as far as I know, he's still working for TYT.
Yeah, I know. He became a total Hillary supporter. You know, it sucks that Garden Gnome became such a big Hillary fan.
Yeah.
Right.
It all went downhill after TYT.
Right, after TYT, man. He's such a jank supporter. It's amazing. If you're listening, I hope he comes on. Fuck you, Jim. Fuck you. Yeah. But, you know who I see? And I watch Eric's anime card show that he does, or what is that called that he's doing? I don't know, but it's pretty cool to watch. It's like a card board game kind of thing, but it's video stuff. It's pretty cool. Good to see him. I know Eric listens to H.A. Goodman, and I think Cheryl still does too. H.A.'s got some good stuff, and I listen to H.A. every once in a while, but he's really got in the deep end.
I can't with H.A.
Look, if you guys even think that Trump is going to help anybody within the 99%, just no. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Forget about climate change. Forget about, all these conspiracies and all that other shit out there. He just doesn't give a shit about you. That's just for sure. And I don't believe he's like a huge racist. I just think he has his. Do you think he's like a big major racist? I don't think he. I just don't see that.
Who, Trump?
Yeah. Do you think he is a big giant racist, or do you think he's kind of like a
Yeah,
just a
he's pretty racist.
because there's your idiot racist
But I don't know. He's probably
who doesn't know racist that he's racist, and then there's
he does have
people
a
that are like,
history.
and then there's people like they think that white people are the supreme beings of the universe. I don't think
No,
he's in that.
he's not going in every day like white people are the best. But
Yeah,
he
I don't
does.
think
I
that's
mean,
the
when you
case.
look back in his track record back in the 80s, where he
Yeah.
would deny people, I think, housing for being black, and the Central Park Five, where he took out a full spread ad. He does have a very racist. Now, within the recent history, it's iffy, but he's racist. He's definitely racist.
Right. Why does this phone number look familiar?
Oh,
Hello, guys.
That's why. Cheryl, good to see you or hear you.
Huh?
Good to see you, Cheryl. I'm gonna
Oh
put
no,
you.
I've called on the house phone.
No, that's fine as long as you're here. That's what's important. So, Cheryl, I got a few
Okay.
questions for you. It's been a long time. It's so good to hear your
Mhm.
voice. You're so precious and fantastic. What is your take on? Just lay it on us. What do you got? What do you got for us? I mean, what's going on?
All this is a repeat of 2016. They just really blatant about it.
Oh, for sure.
yes.
Yeah, because Obama said if Bernie get close to the nomination or get nominated, he's going to take him down. So he's working behind the scenes too.
What did she say? What was that?
That he's working behind the scenes. Bernie is.
I can't hear James.
So he's working behind the. What does that mean? He's working behind the scenes.
He's working around like a shadow government.
Who Bernie is?
No, Obama.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's pulling some strings.
Now, isn't he working with Netflix now to produce a lot of stuff? So,
Oh, they already got shows on there.
yeah, I would definitely watch. Be careful of what you're. I love Netflix, but you got to take it with a grain of salt about what you're consuming on there.
Yeah, all that
It's always trying
propaganda.
to push a narrative.
Also, we have a new.
I wish
Go ahead.
I wish my husband was still here. Because we be fighting about this.
Where's your husband?
Where'd he
He
go?
passed away.
Oh,
No!
I'm
Oh my
so
God.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
Holy
wonder if he had this
bejesus.
virus that's going around now.
Oh my gosh.
Because it may have been out before December.
How?
Because my husband died of some kind of staph infection. It was some kind of virus, and it just shut down everything. His heart, his organs. He passed away December 4th.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Oh
that.
wow, that was not too long ago.
No, it's just the other day.
Only
Oh, I'm so
52
sorry,
years
Cheryl.
old. 52, too young.
Way too young.
How old?
52.
He's 52.
5'2"?
Yep.
Holy bejesus.
Yeah.
That's way too young. I'm going to be 56. Whew.
And I'm 54. I'm 2 years older than he is,
Oh my
but
gosh. I'm ancient. I mean, I'm not ancient. I feel ancient. I worked out today, by the way, and I feel like crap. My back hurts. I've been out of shape. I got to say, ever since I've been in West Virginia, I've gained, and it's not her fault. But fat and happy is just what's happening.
I'm leaning into it too, babe.
Yeah.
you got relaxed.
Well, when breakfast there is this 16-pound
Oh,
box of gravy.
so Snork and I went to this place. It's called Is it Stacy's?
Tutors?
No, not Tudors, but Stacy's down the street. It's
Stacy's?
Stacy's or Susie's.
Susie's.
Susie's has this amazing, and everybody here is all about biscuits. You gotta get your biscuits. You gotta get your biscuits. This biscuits and gravy. It's like a container, like 8 inches by 8 inches by like 3 or 4 inches tall, and they fill this freaking thing with sausage gravy and these giant biscuits, and then you throw on. I put 3 eggs over easy. And it's just, I couldn't fucking finish it. It's just, but I think I did, right? Did I finish that?
That's a Southern meal.
Yeah, it was bad. And that's the thing about out here, man. They love their biscuits and gravy. I've gained like 30, 40 pounds being here. But I'm
I could
happy.
eat a lot, and I couldn't eat more than half.
Oh my God, there was so much food. We're just looking at each other. We're porking down. Oh, by the way, Snork has the coolest freaking Chevy Volt, right?
Yeah.
It is a beautiful car. It's a 2018 or 17? 17?
No, yeah, it's a 17.
Yeah. Just that thing is amazing. But we were in there.
I found out once I got to Indiana, on the populated side of the country, when I'd stop at places to gas up, I could charge it free if I went in there and ate. So I made the trip all the way from Iowa to West Virginia with very little cost.
And here's the cool thing. So he's like, "Do you have an outlet?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we ran an extension cord out from my window out to his car, and it took like I guesstimated it at about $4. I think it was $4 and some cents.
It was? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I spent that much.
To charge.
So for a full tank of gas.
For a full fucking tank, how many miles you get off of that?
Oh no, I only filled up 50 gallons there.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the charge itself.
Charge itself, it took like 13 hours on
yeah.
But it really isn't that much more than running a fan.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
That little charger doesn't charge fast. The normal charger I have for the house.
And my math could be off, but it was just a little over $4. Just doing the number.
No, that wouldn't save any money at all.
No, it's got to be cheaper.
If your electricity is that expensive, I apologize.
It is.
I mean, like for me, it's
our electricity here in West Virginia, they want you to use the gas, so it's cheaper. But
okay.
It's around 4. It could be 3 something.
Yeah, it was like pennies basically.
It was pennies? Pennies?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm off.
Yeah, because for me it's like 40 cents to charge it here.
I mean,
for a night?
Compared to what you would pay for gas, it's nothing.
Okay. Anyway, so Cheryl, just to say, Cheryl, I am so glad to hear your voice. So glad to see you. I want to get the club back together again and do some shows. I know the great thing about Cheryl is she's an African American that thinks that Obama was just the biggest fucking facade on the planet. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He was, and I'm getting sick of people saying he was the first black president. No, he wasn't. He was half Kenyan and half white. And he lived his white side. He didn't live his black side. He may seem charming and cool, talk like black folks. No. Just because they look like you don't mean they're for you.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, there are some people. Okay, Joy Reid is a great example of that.
Oh, I can't stand her. I hope she gets fired because Chris Matthews had to get the stepping.
Yep. I think this is my take on MSNBC. They're trying to portray that they give a shit. So Chris Matthews is pretty much on his way out anyway.
Chris Matthews.
Oh, he's gone.
No, he's gone, of course now.
He's vacant.
Yeah.
But what are they going to do with Chris Todd? Chuck Todd. Chuck
Oh,
Todd.
he needs to go too. He helped
sure.
fundraise at his house for Hillary Clinton.
Chuck Todd, is he the Weasley looking one?
He's the fucking.
Yeah.
He's the guy
Okay.
at the. He's
I
that.
don't know how to explain
He's the
him.
guy. He's the guy at the bar that you're like, God, man.
Ugh,
He's
he's
like
got
Ted.
some.
He's like the. He's got the Ted Cruz face.
He
in one
drives a
punch.
van. Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He looks like a pedophile. He fucking does, man. He looks like a disgusting little crazy pedophile.
He looks like he hangs out outside of high schools. Like.
Right.
Oh, which network's he with?
Chuck Todd is MSNBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said.
It's
Does
par
he
for
hang
the
out with
course.
pedophiles?
Right? It's part exactly. It's par for the course. When I hear, okay, not to, you know what, and I'm going to keep bringing this fucker up because this really needs way more attention. Besides Seth Rich being taken out by the Clinton Mafia, you also have
Sean Lucas.
and then you have the biggest connector to Bill Clinton 26 times in an airplane with Epstein recently. Jeffrey Epstein. This guy was going to fucking narc everybody off.
Yep.
He was
And
gonna,
Bloomberg had ties to him too.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that, you know what, Bloomberg, like I've said in a few of my shows, is having Bloomberg come out of nowhere while all these other fucking people have been working their asses off, right, for the establishment, in a sense. Him come out of the blue and just, hey, I'm here, here's my money, can I come in? And they're, oh, sure, bring your money in, it's okay, right? That was like, what surprised me about those two debates he was in is not one person said this exact sentence. Question, that's a question. How in the fuck are you even here?
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody should have said, you do not represent the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party stands for the workers. We stand for the average American. We stand for the people. While the Republicans typically stand for businesses and the corporations, the Democrats have traditionally supposed to be standing for the people. And what do they stand for now? When you have Mike Bloomberg and just up there slapping the face of the Democratic Party, saying, "I own you, bitches. I own the audience at these Democratic debates."
The second one he actually did.
I own the politicians. He even admitted to it. He admitted to buying the politicians there, just like Trump did.
Yeah.
But he admitted to it. And every single one of those people on that stage should have said, you don't belong here. You represent no one, and go back to your Republican Party, because that's not what we stand for. Now, Warren called him out, but it was an easy low punch.
No, but it was
an easy way to gain some brownie points with the people.
Mostly on harassment.
It was an easy blow.
Mostly on harassment. Nothing about the fact that he shouldn't have fucking been anywhere near that place. And this kind of totally and absolutely tells you who's really running the party. And I'm telling you, it's the Clinton fucking mafia. The Clinton mafia and one of their biggest henchmen is Obama. He's like the right hand man.
He's numero uno.
It's awful because he is the charming, friendly face that everybody wants to believe, but he stands for the exact same thing that Trump and Biden and all of them do. Bloomberg.
Yeah, he just said really nicely and with some charisma.
Yes, he's George Bush with a convincing attitude.
Oh yeah, he is that guy. I mean, he was a great spokesperson.
I fell for it.
And just because he can sing Al Green, don't swoon me.
He sang Al Green. Not good.
I'm so in love with him. Yeah, he sung that.
Whatever you want me to is all I need.
Well, they got swooned off their feet, the black folks. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Sorry.
This man is dropping bombs every day in other countries.
Yeah, Obama really showed his colors. And this is what's so amazing is nobody sees this happen. Nobody. It's just there's so much ignorance out there. There's so much naivete. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. Sure. Also, What state are you in again? I apologize, I forgot.
I'm in Philly.
Philadelphia. So when does Philly have their? Does Philly get a primary thing going, or did they
You
already
know
have it?
what? I don't know when
Pennsylvania. I don't think
theirs
Pennsylvania's
coming up.
ready.
I'm not voting. I'm not voting. I only voted last year. What was it last year? Year before last for my DA. That was it.
Yeah, I tried voting. Last time I voted, it was the one that Paula Jean Swearingen was running in.
Yeah.
And I tried to vote for her, but they gave me the wrong ballot. They gave me the wrong instructions. So when I got my ballot, it didn't have the right people on it, so I never got to vote for her.
Yeah. So
Imagine that.
you're not going to vote in the general at all?
Nope.
I don't really see the point.
Yeah.
They're just
Okay.
gonna
Nobody
take
in the
my vote
down
and add it
ballot
to
I
my
want to vote
Yeah.
for. So much corruption here.
Yeah.
Oh
No, I
yeah,
get that.
there's a long history of that in
No.
Philadelphia for sure.
There's a ton of okay. This is what I've said, and I know I've said this, Sean and Snort. If these people, especially, you guys gotta see this. So TikTok, you guys gotta see this. This is fucking cool. So look at that. So this little microphone is the fucking. She ordered it and she wanted it. This little microphone is what she uses for her TikTok, and it's really cute, babe.
And I'm gonna do all my interviews like this whenever I meet a politician.
That's fucking awesome,
Very
right?
very professional.
Very professional. You just gonna stick that little microphone up there and shove it up their nose, right?
Anyway, back to the
Okay.
subject.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that is totally cute. So, in regards to if these guys don't produce, I said, and I'm going to say this, and I quote, and quote me on this, and hold me to it. If Bernie gets in, and he,
Oh, that's
I
a
wish
good
I knew
question.
what Bloomberg's relationship to 9/11 was. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm sure he made some money on that in some way, shape, or form. But here's the thing: if they don't produce like they're saying they do, and you just kind of get a little Medicare, you kind of get a little, uh, 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 you know, free college, you kind of get a little bit of whatever, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that depends on what people aren't realizing, and that depends on the Senate, because the Senate, the Republicans have the majority. So what needs to start happening, and these guys need to start getting this now, is start pumping up senators, House of Representatives on the blue side that will stand with Bernie. And he's got to start talking about these people, and he's got to start getting these people. If he goes there with this big fucking I'm going to save the world shit and help you and all this other crap that he's throwing out there and does not produce, like I said, I'm going to go to fucking, and I'm closer now, goddammit. I'm not in Cali. I'm in West Virginia, which is not very far away from fucking Washington or fucking the halls of Congress. And I'm going to walk up there in a grass skirt and fucking coconut bra with a tiki torch. And I'm going to demand that these motherfuckers do what I need them to do as a citizen of the United States of America, as a native Hawaiian. It's got to come. If things don't happen the way they can or should be, then it's got to be physical at that point. It's got to be physical. Whether I don't want to do what Eben wants to do. He wants to walk in there and demand truth with AR-15s and shit, which I don't think is going to go over very well. All right, Snorky had a comment. I wish I knew what Bloomberg's relationship to 9/11 was. Was that
I know
supposed to be private?
Giuliani is close to it.
Was that because we've been talking about this before? Who else is on there? You guys, give us a second. I want to go to. Sorry, Snort. We got some people in the chat. Darren Regal.
Yeah, he wanted to know if Warren is working for the same mafia.
The Clinton Mafia. Well, she has close ties.
I think reluctantly. Yes, I think reluctantly. It's like, the same way that these news, media people and stuff, they say, well, it's for the greater good. I'm playing 4D chess. I'll say a few good things and I'll work with them a little bit, and then in the long run, I'll get what I want. Eventually, I'll get. Eventually, eventually I'll get what I want. But it's one of those, like, you have to rationalize. She probably goes home at night and rationalizes her actions throughout the day. It's not like she's like, yeah, I'm serving evil people and I'm okay with that. But she'll try to make up an excuse for why she's doing what she's doing, kind of thing.
There might be another analogy. Sorry about my throat. You know, some gangs, you have to
Yes,
go
you
out and
should hold
kill
that up to your
somebody
mouth.
or
That'd be
commit
cute.
some kind of crime before you get admitted into the gang. Uh, what if
Oh, that's good.
2016 shoving the knife in in Bernie's back was what she had to do to get into Hillary's gang?
Yep. Oh, I could totally see that.
Mm.
That makes great sense. So
Yeah, you got to earn your collars.
no, you got to earn your colors. I know about this because I used to live in LA.
Well, that's in Crips, Reds, and Blues.
Right? You got to be careful. And what sucks is when Bernie didn't know this, that the Crips were at his rally the other day in L.A. They were in red.
No, they were
The
not.
Bloods.
No, babe, they were not.
What color
They
were
were
they?
not Bloods.
Okay, I'm just saying those when you show those colors and that kind of stage, it's still out there.
It's Bernie Sanders. I don't think Bernie Sanders is thinking about the intricacies
Or was it
of
blood?
the Bloods and the Crips feud.
No, I don't think he knows that. I don't think he does. But what he's saying, and I'm going to say it because it's perfectly illustrated, is that in order to get in the club, you have to be committed. In other words, you have to do something so heinous and so violating
You have to
and
debase
so
yourself.
criminal that everybody has a play on you. They have an angle on you. So that puts you in the club that George Carlson used to talk about. I think all of them have. I think the only person, in my opinion, who has never touched that club or been anywhere near that club is Tulsi Gabbard. She don't drink, she don't smoke. What you do, you don't drink, don't smoke. What you do, she doesn't. She doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke. Maybe I wish she smoked pot. That would be fucking cool. But that could be the thing of what you're saying. You have to commit to being like a dastardly person, or just and commit yourself in that way. Which maybe she's already done that. Maybe she's beheld to them already. Could that be it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Cheryl, here's Cheryl. So in the general election, Bernie wins and he's the guy. And are you saying you're not going to vote for Bernie at all?
Well, I have a thing about Bernie when he went along with this Russia stuff.
Yes.
Not to mess with the elections. I'm like, he knows.
Yeah.
And then when he said one time, oh, when they was talking about Russia was affecting the black voters, and what they trying to insult black people? Most of us can't afford to fly to Russia. So how can Russia have influence on us for an election? And Bernie went along with it.
Oh, I mean, it was like he was insulting. He's like, oh, well, you're not smart enough to come up with a conclusion on your own. Of course, that you're being influenced by another person.
Red baited.
Yeah, of course, because you can't put two and two together and see what's actually happening. I mean, he threw his supporters under the bus, and some of us have a short-term memory, but we don't, and you don't, and we remember this shit, and that's why I bring it up. Yeah, everybody's so quick to forget 2016. That was just a couple of years ago, okay?
Yeah, not too long ago.
Like, I don't forget what Bernie, the stunts that they pulled, the Elizabeth Warren pulled when it came to the 2016 election, or when it came to the Dakota Access Pipeline, or any of that other stuff.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
People make mistakes, but this speaks to your core character. On issues like that, it speaks to your core character.
But for Bernie, we're kind of talking about Bernie. But, oh yeah, we could run all over Elizabeth because she's a Cherokee people. Cherokee, I remember all the words. Was that a that wasn't Captain? It was fucking Cher, right? Cherokee people was Cher. It wasn't?
No.
Damn, I'm wrong on that. Sucks. I'm not that white anyway. Okay.
Can't remember.
So Bernie, in my opinion, if things, this is just my opinion, Cheryl, Snort. If I, and this is, we're like I've always said in my shows and everything, and this is my 260th show, by the way. Just letting you guys know. Thank you for being here, two of my favorite people. And Cheryl, we should hang out sometime. We should all hang out. Okay, I totally agree to that. I want that to happen. And if we do not have somebody that at least kind of gives a shit about us, the 99%, then we're really fucked. We are fucking fucked. And I don't believe that Trump has the wherewithal or the advisors of the people to, who is it?
Paul
Cherokee
Revere
people.
of the Raiders.
Really? Shit. Yeah, that's right. God damn, sorry about that. Okay, so I just know that, I mean, when Somali got killed, the Iranian general, who's like the most praised fucking dude to the Iranians, that was like poking. Hey, come on, fucking fight us. Right? We need more money for the military.
We're not going to hit you first, but we're going to do a lot of
we're going to
hugging
fuck
and
with you and we're
shoving
going to
and
keep
shit-talking.
poking. It's like a bully keep fucking poking at, and then one day that kid that's just going to say, you know what, fuck it. And he's going to swing. Right? Whether he gets killed or not, he's just done. And this is the mentality of the Republican Party. This is the mentality of the Ayn Rand thinking. I want mine. Fuck you. We're powerful. We need to show we're strong. But they don't think peace is means you're strong. They don't
Well, the
think.
Democrats don't either.
No. They use that to make money through the military industrial complex. Yeah, no, you're right. So, but in the way that the Republicans paint it, right, advertising, marketing wise, is that we can't be weak, right? And the Democrats paint it that, you know what, we need to save their culture and their people for the best interest of them and us. We're going to go and invade, and we're going to spend another bazillion dollars on some fucking stupid war. So, is there anybody else on here?
And they're in right now.
So what I'm
Well, I
saying,
know one thing.
Yeah.
Is that the NDAA, it was Pelosi left out of their act for Trump not to. Trump wouldn't have been allowed to do that. Pelosi didn't leave that part out in the NDAA, assassinating someone in another country.
yeah, so the Patriot Act was created because of the facade of the 9/11.
Yeah.
Right?
And take it away outright.
Right, and then all of a sudden they came up with the NDA, the National Defense Association Act Amendment, or whatever that was, which took even more rights away. Like anybody right now could be a fucking terrorist because they don't agree with you. And then our rights are, and sadly, the fascism is kicking in hardcore. The fascism is fucking doubling and tripling and quadrupling like a fucking virus, and it's terrible. But I'm hoping that Bernie, along with his Secretary of State, which will hopefully be, or Vice President, which will be either Tulsi or Tulsi, right, will fucking start to look out for the interests of the American people. Of the, not say, see, when they say American people, it's too general. They need to start saying 99%, because the 1% have already gotten all their shit. But yes,
Right.
I don't want to fucking, trust me, I get it. But at this point, this is our last chance, guys. This is, I think after this, I don't really see a big fucking future for this country. I think it would be totally and absolutely fucking sold down the river, as the Republicans have been doing since day one, and the Democrats as well. It's the two-party oligarchy. It's the
I ain't
corporate.
the
It's
two
the
party
corporate
of
party.
them was a one. No, they all in one to me.
Yeah. So, Snork, before I turn this puppy off, because I got to get moving, anything that you want to chime in about in regards to this primary?
It just, To me, the rigging was constant, absolutely constant here in Iowa. I don't know about the other states, but uh, even at the local levels, they had an attitude of it's more important to make sure that Bernie doesn't get in than it is to actually prevent Trump from getting in. And
Mm.
the Warren people and the Buttigieg people in our local county had a deal that after the first alignment, that's where they take their initial count,
Maybe
and
we
after
should
that,
ask him.
that you people that don't have
But it's okay.
15% can combine with other groups. They'd already made a deal that whichever one had the higher number, that the other group would join there so that they could beat Bernie. And two of the Warren is the one that didn't have enough. So two of her people got upset that they were already promised to be
I thought I was
go
old.
to Buttigieg, so they came over to Bernie.
I am old.
And but so you know, a lot of
that
that
sucks.
happened throughout Iowa, and then I think the same thing is happening in California that happened in Iowa, is that they counted all of the Biden places in California first, and they're still waiting to count the places that were heavy going for Bernie, because over half of the votes in California haven't been counted yet.
Wow. Wow.
There's if you guys are watching Combo Couch, they've been seeing tons, and a good job to
Mm-hmm.
them. They've been monitoring a ton of discrepancies and mishaps. And
Nico is fantastic at
Nico
documenting
House has
that.
done a great. Oh, you know what? I'd never mentioned him, and I do. This guy is epic. He's doing a great job. He's staying confident. He's staying confident. That's what's important.
And Darren said it's the National Defense Authorization Act.
Yes. Thank you, Darren. Thank you very much. Right, Cheryl, you want to chime in because we got to get Gazooming moving. Anything? Anything? You guys, Cheryl. Before you get off, I got to ask you a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it from Charleston, West Virginia, to your house?
Oh, about 3 hours.
3 hours?
Uh,
It's only 3 fucking hours.
Where's Philadelphia? Is that like central or northern, southern?
Can you make it down here?
No, we'll go see her.
No, we got an extra room. We got a couple of them. Cheryl?
come down, West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. West Virginia. Cheryl, what you got? What's your take on everything? Are you still not going to vote for Bernie? I just want to know.
I just they're not going to let him get that nomination, and Bernie's not going to fight for it. He's
Nope.
not.
Yeah.
And all they're going
He's
to do
not
is
going to
take your
fight
vote
for
and
it.
keep it for Biden anyway.
Yeah, see, that is. Here's the
And
thing.
Biden's going to lose.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
He'll so bad.
So bad.
If you guys have watched fucking Kyle Kalinske, who I don't watch that much, but I've been watching lately, he rips fucking Biden down, not because of Biden being an idiot. It's because the guy literally does have like a
Dementia.
cognitive disorder or whatever the fuck it is.
I mean,
He's
he's
gone.
talking
He has
about his
dementia.
leg hairs, and I mean, he's
He's
just totally.
I got hairy. There's a song about fucking hairy legs.
Oh god, that's so uncomfortable. I can't even listen to that clip where he's talking about
Oh
being in
my
the
God.
pool and his leg hairs and kids bouncing on his
Oh
lap.
my God.
It just hurts to even hear it. It's just
It's
so
there.
bad. I'm just like, dude, you know that the cameras are on you right now.
Yeah.
You're
I
being
got
recorded.
hairy legs.
And the kids like my hairy legs. They like to bounce on my lap. Oh my god, please stop.
No, and they love, and I know he doesn't say they like. He says, I love when they're on my lap.
No, oh my god.
It's fucking bad. The guy is a fucking.
He doesn't know. He's too far gone.
He's just
I mean, you can watch the decline. When he was vice president, he could string together a coherent thought, but over the past couple of years, he's really declined. And you know, it's I don't want to make fun of somebody that's got like a physical problem. So it's just like, but he's also running for president, so I
Right?
can't. eh. Please don't play it. Please don't play
No,
it.
this is the song, babe.
No, copyright strike. Don't play it. It makes me hurt.
No, this is a good
hurts
song.
to hear it. Please don't play
I want
it.
to talk about
Just
who we're
a
running
second.
against. A billionaire who calls women horse-faced lesbians. You can release women from those agreements immediately.
Maybe they didn't like the joke I told.
Are you willing to release them?
Release them. These agreements were made consensually.
I'm the only person on this stage that's
Got hairy legs. Seriously? Hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
We got other issues we're trying to get
Here's the
to.
last point I want. My time's going to run out. Here's the last point I want to make to you.
I got hairy legs. Yeah.
We are a country where there are too many people that are obese.
I am scared.
Vice President Biden, I want to start with you. Why should anyone have faith that you're the one who can get this done now?
Because I'm the only one that...
No, stop.
No,
You
let's
know what
talk
adds up.
about
We
math.
Let's talk about
Let's
math
talk
indeed.
about math.
Okay,
If
so
we
here's
do
the math.
that-
Coldplay is the best band. Can I respond
You
to
ain't
the
Why
math?
am I stopping? No one else stops.
Okay.
Joe said it right. Here's the deal. Look, I think it's important that on day one, I have more hair than anyone else.
I got hairy legs. I don't care. Yeah. That's right. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. That's a pretty darn good lifeguard. I learned a lot.
We let this get out of control.
Okay, that's bad.
Oh, you should play the video of Tom Steyer.
Oh, dancing? Oh, that's very bad. No, look, I'm not a good dancer, but that guy's that's bad.
Tom Steyer dancing to Juvenile Back That Ass Up. Back That Ass
Back
Up.
that, back that ass
Made
up.
my life.
That was so bad. No, it's. I was telling her it's like a telephone pole is up his ass. He could not bend his hip if his fucking life
Have
depended
y'all
on it.
seen that?
Terrible.
It's, oh, it's hilarious.
No, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. But
Look,
here,
there's a lot of stuff we can laugh at, but Joe Biden being the nominee is not one of them.
all right, guys. I want to say, hey, by the way, Cheryl, thank you for being here. Stark's always good to see you. Next week, you guys want to come? I'll send you a Cheryl. I know I got your Twitter. I'll let you know when we're gonna have our next show. I want you to come back. Can you find out what's going on in regards to the primary in Philadelphia? How that's coming around? Can you do some reporting? Do you mind?
I have to check and see.
Yeah, just do a little research.
Yeah,
Just a little poking and prodding. Let me know
keep
what
an
you
ear
think.
out for us.
Look, it matters. We need you, Cheryl. We need you. There is purpose for you, by the way.
I'm glad there's no convention here this year.
Yeah, I'm not trying. I'm not. What you got, Snork? Snork, what you got?
Yeah. It's to Pennsylvania. It's way down there. It's April 28th. Yeah, it's a big one.
How many
Trump was
delegates?
in.
It's 186 delegates.
So, Snork, I like that spreadsheet you just sent. We're going to look. I've got to do something with you. You've got a lot of information. I know you're following this very closely. Should we start before? When's the next primary caucus coming up?
I should pull it back up.
Right? Because I know the longer that fucking Warren stalls, the more she's just gonna jump in bed with Bloomberg. It seems.
Bloomberg's already out.
No, but I think she likes him.
Oh, it's like whether it's like
Love
you
hates.
could
I
touch,
see.
you could cut the tension with a knife.
Warren
Yeah.
dropped out today.
Right?
Yeah.
I think she wished that she would be talked dirty to.
Oh, what the hell, babe? That's not even making sense. Let's just.
It's like you didn't include me with your fucking verbal abuse. God damn it! I know she was pissed off, but for her not to make a decision this fast, it means that she's looking for options. She's waiting for that big money to come in. That's a Republican for you. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, what you got there, Snort?
Next Tuesday, 365. It's Idaho, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, Washington.
State?
Yeah, the state, Washington State.
Okay.
And so far, it looks like he's doing quite poorly in Mississippi and Missouri.
No.
Biden or being Bernie?
Bernie, yeah.
Wow.
In the South, that's amazing. Where the South is one of the most corrupted elections that there is. There's a long history of election tampering and
fraud like you would
bullshittery.
not fucking believe. It's just terrible.
Florida, March 17th is really like 65% Biden. Georgia is going to go for Biden. Ohio, Illinois, I don't know.
That can change. Look, Bernie's saying some really interesting. You guys got to watch his last fucking speech he just did in Arizona, where he brings out all the stupid shit that fucking Biden's been supporting, voting for. I mean, God, the list is. I had no idea this guy was such a fucking corporatist whore. It's amazing.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. All right, guys. But listen, I'm going to get moving. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on and paying attention to us. It's lovely to have you here. And I'm telling you, if you can get down here, you can hang out with us. Are you cool with that? All right.
It's not hard. You just follow the rivers.
And just want to let you know, we're going to Susie's. We're going to have a fucking biscuits.
You can't help but have biscuits and gravy.
You cannot help but have biscuits and gravy. Here you go. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you all. Take care.
All right.
Aloha. Aloha. Thanks for being here.